Every person carries within them a unique blend of energies that shape their thoughts, feelings, and actions. These energies, often described as masculine and feminine, coexist in a complex dance, influencing how we relate to ourselves and others. Yet many are unaware of this internal balance or imbalance, and how profoundly it affects their sense of identity and emotional well-being. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that parts of yourself, the tender, intuitive, nurturing qualities, or the assertive, logical, and protective traits, have been suppressed or ignored for years. This hidden division can cause confusion, frustration, and inner conflict. It might show up as difficulty in expressing emotions, trouble making decisions, or struggling to connect deeply with others. These unresolved tensions create invisible barriers that hold people back from experiencing true harmony within themselves and their relationships. The struggle to reconcile these opposing forces is not simply about gender roles or societal expectations. It's about recognizing and embracing the full spectrum of human qualities, regardless of labels. When people learn to accept and balance these energies, they unlock a deeper understanding of who they are. This self-awareness nurtures compassion, creativity, and resilience, qualities that empower individuals to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and authenticity. Many find that their most significant personal growth comes when they confront these internal opposites, often prompted by moments of crisis, relationship challenges, or a longing for greater meaning. The process can be uncomfortable but transformative, breaking down old patterns and revealing a richer, more integrated self. By becoming attuned to these inner dynamics, people can dissolve feelings of alienation and cultivate a harmonious inner world. This balance enriches every aspect of life, from emotional health to communication, from creativity to leadership, offering a pathway to wholeness that many have yet to explore. Every person harbors within themselves a complex interplay of energies that shape their personality, perceptions, and interactions. These energies are often described as masculine and feminine, not in terms of biological sex, but as symbolic representations of different qualities and tendencies. The masculine energy tends to embody traits such as assertiveness, logic, action, and strength, while the feminine energy reflects intuition, empathy, receptivity, and nurturing. Both energies exist within everyone, regardless of gender, and they influence how we think, feel, and behave in profound ways. Understanding this inner balance is crucial for personal growth and psychological well-being. When these energies are in harmony, individuals experience a greater sense of wholeness and authenticity. They become more adaptable, creative, and emotionally grounded. However, when one energy dominates or is suppressed, internal conflict often arises. This imbalance can manifest as difficulty in expressing emotions, strained relationships, or a fragmented sense of self. Many societal norms and cultural expectations encourage people to lean heavily toward one set of qualities, often aligning masculine traits with men and feminine traits with women. These rigid roles can cause people to deny or reject essential parts of themselves. Men might feel pressure to hide vulnerability or intuition, while women may be discouraged from expressing assertiveness or independence. Over time, this disconnection from one's inner energies can lead to frustration, confusion, and a feeling of being incomplete. The journey to reclaim and integrate these energies begins with awareness. It requires individuals to look inward and acknowledge the parts of themselves that may have been neglected or rejected. This process is often accompanied by confronting fears, prejudices, and deeply ingrained beliefs about identity and gender. By embracing both masculine and feminine qualities, people unlock a fuller spectrum of human potentials. Inner masculine energy often supports goal setting, clarity, and focused action, while feminine energy nurtures reflection, empathy, and connection. When balanced, they create a dynamic synergy that enriches decision-making, problem-solving, and interpersonal relationships. This integration does not diminish individuality, but enhances it, allowing people to express themselves more fully and authentically. Recognizing and working with these inner forces can also transform how people perceive others. Rather than projecting unmet needs or expectations onto relationships, individuals become more understanding and accepting. This shift leads to healthier, more fulfilling connections, both personally and professionally. In a world that often emphasizes extremes, strength without softness, emotion without reason, learning to balance these energies offers a path toward inner peace and resilience. It invites a redefinition of identity beyond societal labels, encouraging people to explore the richness within. Ultimately, this balance fosters a deeper connection to oneself and others, unlocking a more harmonious and empowered way of living. In today's fast-paced and often polarized world, many individuals struggle with an internal imbalance that quietly undermines their sense of self and well-being. This struggle revolves around the coexistence of contrasting inner energies, often perceived as masculine and feminine qualities that are fundamental to human nature. The problem arises when one side is overemphasized, suppressed, or denied altogether, creating tension and confusion within the individual. From a young age, people are frequently conditioned by cultural norms, family expectations, and societal roles that encourage the development of certain traits while discouraging others. Boys are often praised for being strong, assertive, and logical, while sensitivity, empathy, and vulnerability may be dismissed or ridiculed as weaknesses. Girls, on the other hand, might be encouraged from embracing ambition, independence, or directness. These rigid expectations limit the full expression of the inner self and create a disconnect from the natural balance of energies within. As a result, many find themselves living in a state of internal conflict without fully understanding why. Men may feel frustrated by their inability to express emotions openly or struggle with feelings of loneliness and isolation. Women might wrestle with guilt or confusion when asserting themselves or pursuing goals traditionally associated with masculine traits. This internal discord can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and difficulties in relationships, work, and personal fulfillment. The challenge is compounded by the fact that these inner energies are often unconscious and unacknowledged. People may not realize that the qualities they reject or suppress are integral parts of themselves. Instead, they might project these disowned traits onto others, leading to misunderstandings, unrealistic expectations, or idealizations in relationships. This projection creates a cycle of dissatisfaction and disconnection that can be hard to break. Furthermore, the imbalance between these energies does not just affect individual well-being, but also impacts interpersonal dynamics and societal harmony. When people deny important aspects of themselves, they are less likely to engage authentically with others or contribute meaningfully to their communities. The suppression of either energy leads to one-dimensional perspectives, making collaboration and empathy more difficult. Another layer of complexity is the evolving understanding of gender and identity. As traditional definitions shift and become more fluid, many find themselves navigating uncharted territory within their own psyches. The pressure to conform to old stereotypes or to reject them entirely can create additional stress and confusion. Ultimately, the problem lies in a widespread lack of awareness and acceptance of the full spectrum of human qualities within each person. Without conscious effort to recognize and integrate these energies, the individual remains fragmented, struggling to find coherence and balance. This fragmentation often manifests in emotional distress, stalled personal growth, and relational challenges. Addressing this challenge requires more than surface-level changes. It demands a deep exploration of the self and a willingness to embrace complexity and contradiction. It calls for breaking free from limiting cultural narratives and opening up to the richness of the inner world. Only by doing so can individuals begin to heal the divide within and move toward a more whole and authentic existence. Understanding the interplay of inner masculine and feminine energies opens the door to profound personal growth and transformation. These energies are not fixed traits but fluid qualities that each individual carries in varying degrees. Exploring them requires looking beyond societal labels and recognizing how these forces influence emotions, behaviors, and relationships on a deeper level. One way to begin this exploration is through self-reflection and honest observation. Individuals can start by identifying traits or tendencies they naturally embody, as well as those they resist or find uncomfortable. For example, a person who prides themselves on being logical and decisive might notice feelings of discomfort around vulnerability or emotional expression. Conversely, someone who is deeply empathetic and nurturing might struggle with asserting boundaries or taking decisive action. Recognizing these patterns helps reveal where imbalances or blind spots may exist. Dreams, imagination, and creative expression also serve as valuable guides, often the qualities we deny or suppress. Symbolically, in these realms, providing clues about parts of ourselves waiting to be acknowledged, paying attention to recurring themes or emotional undercurrents in dreams or artwork can open channels to inner wisdom that might otherwise remain hidden. Developing a dialogue with these inner energies fosters integration. This involves learning to listen to and honor both the assertive and receptive aspects within, allowing each to inform and balance the other. For example, cultivating patience and intuition alongside ambition and focus can lead to wiser decision-making. Embracing vulnerability and empathy alongside strength and resilience can deepen relationships and enhance emotional intelligence. This process also challenges long-held cultural narratives that confine what is deemed acceptable for men and women. It encourages individuals to redefine masculinity and femininity on their own terms, embracing qualities traditionally labeled as soft or hard without judgment. This freedom from rigid rules enables people to express their authentic selves more fully and creatively. Integration of these energies often leads to increased psychological flexibility. Individuals become better equipped to adapt to change, navigate conflicts, and face challenges with resilience. The interplay between masculine and feminine traits supports a dynamic balance, action tempered by reflection, strength softened by compassion, logic enriched by intuition. Relationships, too, benefit from this inner harmony. When people recognize and accept the complexity within themselves, they are more likely to appreciate and respect complexity in others. This awareness reduces projection and idealization, fostering healthier connections based on genuine understanding rather than unmet expectations. The journey toward balancing these energies is not always smooth. It may require confronting fears, insecurities, and societal conditioning. Yet this inner work brings invaluable rewards: greater self-acceptance, emotional depth, and creative potential. Ultimately, it leads to a richer, more nuanced experience of life, where diverse qualities coexist in harmony, shaping a resilient and authentic identity. The pivotal moment in this journey toward inner balance often arrives unexpectedly, a sudden realization or breakthrough that shifts everything. It's when an individual stops resisting the parts of themselves they've long denied and instead fully acknowledges the presence and value of both their masculine and feminine energies. This moment is less about intellectual understanding and more about a profound emotional acceptance, a surrender to the complexity of the inner self. For many, this key moment emerges during a time of crisis or intense emotional upheaval, perhaps a difficult relationship, a personal loss, or a deep sense of dissatisfaction with life. These challenging experiences can act as catalysts, forcing individuals to confront the imbalance within, when the usual ways of coping or controlling no longer suffice. There is an opening to explore what has been hidden or repressed. In this space of vulnerability, a powerful shift occurs. The individual begins to recognize that the qualities they once viewed as weaknesses or threats, such as sensitivity, empathy, assertiveness, or decisiveness, are actually vital aspects of their wholeness. This revelation dissolves the internal division that once felt so rigid and unyielding. It is as if two opposing forces that had been locked in conflict suddenly find a way to coexist and complement each other. This integration transforms not only self-perception but also one's relationship with the external world. The person feels more grounded and authentic, able to draw on a wider range of inner resources, where before they might have reacted with defensiveness or avoidance. They now respond with clarity and balance. Emotional openness is no longer a source of shame, but a gateway to deeper connection and understanding. At this turning point, the individual often experiences a surge of empowerment. Embracing both strength and softness, logic and intuition, action and reflection, they become more whole and resilient. This newfound equilibrium enhances creativity, decision-making, and the capacity for meaningful relationships. It also fosters a sense of inner peace, a quiet confidence that arises from knowing and accepting oneself fully. The key moment can also ripple outward, influencing how others are perceived and engaged with. Projection and unrealistic expectations give way to empathy and acceptance. Relationships evolve from conflict and misunderstanding toward harmony and mutual growth. The balance achieved within becomes a foundation for healthier interactions and a more compassionate worldview. Ultimately, this climax marks a turning point in personal evolution, a moment when fragmentation yields to integration and separation gives way to unity. It is a powerful testament to the human capacity for transformation through self-awareness and acceptance, revealing that embracing the full spectrum of one's inner energies is the path to true wholeness. The journey toward balancing the masculine and feminine energies within is both deeply personal and universally significant. Recognizing these inner forces as essential parts of the self rather than opposing enemies allows individuals to move beyond conflict and fragmentation toward wholeness. This balance is not about conforming to societal stereotypes or rigid definitions, but about embracing the full range of human qualities in a way that feels authentic and empowering. When these energies are integrated, people experience a richer, more nuanced sense of identity. They no longer feel compelled to suppress or deny parts of themselves to fit external expectations. Instead, they cultivate a flexible inner landscape where strength and sensitivity, action and reflection, logic and intuition coexist and enhance one another. This harmony nurtures emotional health, creativity and resilience, equipping individuals to navigate life's complexities with greater ease. Beyond personal transformation, the integration of these energies has profound implications for relationships. People who have balanced their inner masculine and feminine qualities tend to engage with others more authentically and compassionately. They are less likely to project unresolved issues or idealize certain traits, fostering healthier, more balanced connections. This shift encourages empathy, understanding, and collaboration, enriching both personal and professional interactions. Moreover, the process challenges cultural norms that limit expressions of masculinity and femininity. By redefining these qualities on individual terms, people can break free from restrictive roles and explore a more expansive and inclusive sense of self. This freedom not only supports personal growth, but also contributes to broader social change, promoting acceptance and diversity. The path to this integration is not without challenges. It requires courage to face internal fears, confront biases, and dismantle long-held beliefs. It involves ongoing self-reflection and a willingness to embrace complexity and paradox within. However, the rewards far outweigh the difficulties. Achieving balance fosters a sense of inner peace and confidence that stems from self-acceptance and authenticity. In essence, the balance of masculine and feminine energies within each person forms the foundation for psychological wholeness and emotional well-being. It enriches creativity, deepens relationships, and empowers individuals to live more fulfilling, authentic lives. By honoring and integrating these complementary forces, people unlock a wellspring of strength and compassion that supports them through life's challenges and opportunities alike. Ultimately, embracing this inner balance is a transformative journey that leads to greater self-awareness, harmony, and empowerment. It invites everyone to celebrate the full spectrum of their humanity, cultivating a richer, more vibrant existence grounded in acceptance and unity. Now is the time to embark on a journey of self-discovery that invites you to explore and embrace the full spectrum of your inner energies. Rather than viewing certain qualities as weaknesses or traits to be hidden, begin to see them as essential parts of your authentic self. Take a moment to reflect on the ways you may have suppressed or ignored aspects of your personality, whether it's tenderness, intuition, assertiveness, or decisiveness, and consider how welcoming these energies could bring greater balance and harmony to your life. Start by cultivating awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, and reactions throughout the day. Notice when you tend to rely heavily on one side of yourself while neglecting the other. Journaling can be a powerful tool to capture these insights and reveal patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. Ask yourself honest questions. What qualities do I shy away from? What parts of myself do I feel disconnected from? How might embracing these traits enrich my relationships and personal growth? Engage in practices that encourage integration and acceptance. Meditation, mindfulness, and creative activities like drawing, writing, or music can open pathways to your inner world and help you connect with energies you might have overlooked. Explore your dreams and fantasies as windows into hidden parts of yourself. When feelings or thoughts arise that challenge your self-image, resist the urge to push them away. Instead, approach them with curiosity and compassion. Seek out conversations and communities that support this kind of inner work. Sharing your experiences and hearing others' journeys can provide validation and encouragement. Surround yourself with people who honor authenticity and complexity, rather than rigid roles or expectations. Remember that this is an ongoing process rather than a quick fix. Patience and self-kindness are essential as you navigate the sometimes uncomfortable terrain of self-exploration. You might encounter resistance or doubt, but these moments are opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Ultimately, embracing the balance of your inner masculine and feminine energies can lead to profound transformation. It fosters emotional resilience, enriches your creativity, and deepens your capacity for meaningful connection. By integrating these complementary forces, you empower yourself to live more fully and authentically. By Boindless, take the first step today. Open the door to your inner world and welcome all parts of yourself with openness and acceptance. Your journey toward wholeness begins now, and the rewards will ripple outward, transforming not only your life, but also the lives of those around you.